Cello, good afternoon. Cello, good afternoon. Cello, good evening. Cello, everybody. I hope y'all can hear me loud and clear since I have nobody in here. Let me turn on another device and make sure my sound is clear. Hey, Joshua, can you hear me, Josh? Can you hear me? Okay. So, it is with, you know, deep regret that I have to inform you guys that Hulk Hogan, okay, all right. So, Hulk Hogan has passed. Now, back in the day, let me tell you something. We, us that had sons or anybody, y'all remember all of that WrestleMania, all of that stuff. It came on Monday night, and you had to pay back then. I want to say it was 1999, 29.99. But me, you know, I had a son, and so I always bought the WrestleMania events for him. Hey, Susan. Now, what I want to say is, hold on, I don't care how I have all of my devices, everything all ready to present this show. Something happens. But it's okay because the world ain't going to come to an end. And, I'm just on here to give my opinion on things. So, Hulk Hogan, this WrestleMania, this all came on Monday night. I had a son. I remember I had, to buy some of those events. And back then, they were $29.99. So, moving forward, Hulk Hogan showed his true colors. He showed us how he felt about black people. And God knows, I hope, he made peace with that. But see, for those of us that have been living on this earth a little longer than some of y'all that have seen this stuff, trust me, when a person shows you who they are or talks about other people, this is how they truly feel. So we getting ready to go down the road, the rabbit hole with this Hulk Hogan stuff. We're going to go down the rabbit hole. So let's see. Let's start off with the first one. Now, this happened some years ago.
Scott here with Shocker Hitch, and wanted to go over
Okay.
marks and the people with marks. Hogan, I'm hiding behind Ruth as I asked this question. Sure. I just want to know, Ruth says you're going strong, but there are people who may say that you're not going strong, and this was all about, I know you've apologized for this, these remarks that people would say were racist, you used the N-word in a private tape that were released. I know you've apologized for that. The repercussions of that, all of great honors, all what you've done for wrestling, and wrestling's done for you. You're blacklisted by WWE and maybe very, very removed from the Hall of Fame as well. Yes, sir. Yeah. Where does that leave you? How do you feel? Well, it leaves me with the people that love me, and the people that are loyal to me, and the people that have stuck with me all this time.
It left him with the people that are racist. Okay?
Probably the worst day of my life. When I said that 8 years ago, I bottomed out. I was having some problems with the marriage and financially, and the kids, of course. And I was kind of mad at my daughter. There was a weird situation where I said what I said. Never should have said it, even though it was in a private setting. I've apologized over and over and over for it. Truly sorry. But the weirdest thing is, so many people know who I am, such as all my friends, all the wrestling fans. And when this came out, they went, "What? Someone dropped him on his head? What's wrong with this guy? That's not the guy we know." And it's exactly what that was. It was a glitch. It was a huge mistake. The worst thing I've ever said. Yeah.
And if they would know you're not a racist, you can say you're not.
Of course they know that. I mean, even the WWE, they've known me 35 years. They know I'm not a racist. You know, they're in a politically correct environment. They have to do what's best for business. I understand that.
So you don't despise them for what they did?
No, not at all. That's my home. That's where I started.
Would there be any way back for you to be taken out of the Hall of Fame? Must break your heart.
It's tough. It's tough.
Would they ever accept you back into the fold? Could they ever be seen to accept you after time?
Well, I'm going to digress, as Vince McMahon would say. It says never say never. You know, so keep my fingers crossed. Wrestling's my life. I love it. But the one good thing I've learned is the people that really love me, the people that know me. And in public, I've not heard one bad thing from my fans, the people that have been with me for 35 years.
But here's a brave thing. I mean, tonight, I know you're out and about in London tonight. You're in Sheffield tomorrow night at Sheffield Arena. And you're putting yourself in front of hundreds, if not thousands of people.
Yes.
With questions and answers. Is anything off the agenda?
Oh, it's wide open. It's really uncensored. I mean, tonight we're at the Walkabout Bar here in London. And then that's from 6 to 9. And then tomorrow in Sheffield, there's a great photo op from 1 to 4. Then at 7:30 at night in Sheffield, sitting there.
Okay, I don't want to hear anything about what Hulk Hogan was doing. But anyway, what happened was Hulk Hogan found out that his daughter had a black boyfriend, and he hit the ceiling, and the N-word came out of his mouth. And we're going to listen to it. Amber, you have your opinion, but he said what he said when he found out his daughter was sleeping with a black man. Well, I'm sorry, Amber. So anyway, like I said, Hulk Hogan, a racist allegedly, has passed away because people like us, we remember what he said. And again, he did apologize to the world. He did apologize to the world. And you got a lot of people that's online saying he hated black people. He apologized. He apologized. He said, no, I'm not being racist doing this. I'm being racist because I'm reporting. I'm not being racist. I ain't never been on my platform and called white people the H word, Mexican people that, yeah, I wasn't raised to call people the N words and all of that. And so back to my show. And if you don't like what I'm saying, Amber, I'm sorry. So anyway, Hulk Hogan, part of the WrestleMania, where I used to do my show, pay for my son to watch WrestleMania. Myself, I, when this happened, when when this happened, I was very, very upset when this happened because I thought, oh my goodness, I've been buying all of this WrestleMania for my son, and he said what he said. He said that he apologized to it. And so a lot of people still, they want to say that he didn't like black people. Hulk Hogan apologized. I don't know if his daughter still stayed with the black guy. And all we know is Hulk Hogan showed his true colors because he did not want his daughter to be seeing a black guy.
I'm Guy Raz. Today, I sit down.
And so what happened was he was banned. Yeah. Hold on.
I'm a huge fan. And we just just talking before about your most embarrassing moments. I just wanted to know, what was the backlash for that? Did like Big Shop or Taylor go, yeah?
You know, that's the crazy thing. I just had Hulk Hogan on my radio show last week.
Sorry, mic change.
It's testing. I just had Hulk Hogan on my radio show just last week, and people labeled Hulk Hogan a racist when that happened. You know, not when that happened, but when he made his comments and whatnot, people labeled him a racist. And I say, you normally know a racist by the people that they hang with, their friends. You normally know a racist by, their kids. And I said at that moment when I said that about Hulk Hogan, I said, man, that was a moment right there for Hulk Hogan. If he was a racist, I said, a racist would have said, man, I'm going to get this sucker fired. I'm going to do my best to get him out of here. A racist would have said, man, I'm going to have him working for me now. That's what a racist would have did. But I asked Hulk Hogan, why didn't he get me fired? Why didn't he go to the office and lobby to get me out of there? He goes, it was like he was in shock. He was like, brother, I heard that word, many times, so it wasn't anything. He said, and most of all, I wouldn't go and try to get another one of the wrestlers fired. As well as the following day in catering, it's crazy. Macho Man Savage, Hulk Hogan, my brother and myself, we're in catering, and Macho Man Savage sees Hulk Hogan. He says, Hulk, what do you think about Booker T calling you the N-word? And Hulk Hogan goes, well, if I'm an N-word, I'm a good N-word. And that was it. And Hulk Hogan and I, from that moment in the 90s, we never spoke about that until just last week on my radio show. That's how irrelevant it really was.
Hey, Booker. How you doing?
What up?
Nice to meet you, brother.
Hold on, y'all. So, in a rant where he found out that his daughter was seeing a black guy, and he said the N-word, and Lord knows how that video got leaked. But I can say this: when you're mad and you're angry and you're ranting, he is not the first person, nor will he be the last person to say the N-word. Just like they had the H word, they had, for the Caucasian people, they have the W word for the Mexicans. All races of people, they have given us a name. So when a person uses it when they're mad, does that make them a racist? Now, he apologized for what he said. Hold on. Hold on. And so he was fired from the WWE, and they took him off of the wrestling Hall of Fame. Okay, so they did hold him accountable. They held him accountable for his actions. Yeah, he apologized. See, what I've been getting from people is he hated black people and he hated this and he hated that. And that's why I put racist allegedly. Because one moment of fear, one moment of anger, you know, things get said that you don't want to say. And unfortunately, every race of people, like I said, I can call some of y'all the H word. I can call some people the W words. I can call them the F words and everything. Okay? I say the N word all the time. Well, I shouldn't say all the time, you know. But I want to show you this. So, WWE stars, the Black Stars weighed in on his Hall of Fame reinstatement. And it goes on to say that black members of the WWE said they find it difficult to simply forget Hulk Hogan's historical racist comments following his reinstatement to the WWE Hall of Fame. See, in 2007, Hulk Hogan, now I want y'all to get this, he made racist remarks about black people. But again, like I said at the beginning of my show, um, Hulk Hogan had apologized. It was a rant, you know. Unfortunately, it had to be that his daughter, was seeing a black man, and who knows what he would have said if they were a Mexican person. We don't know. We don't know. But Hulk Hogan has passed. All I know is my son, I had to get that WWE. It came on Monday night. And back then, I was paying, I think, 19.99, 29.99. And so everybody is entitled to feel how they want to feel. And I'm pretty sure that he hates that this got out. The WW breaks off ties with Hulk Hogan at the racist rant about daughter and black men. So unfortunately, with him doing this type of behavior, with this type of behavior and anger and mad, this is what he did. And he apologized to the people. Now, he did say some disturbing things. He said some disturbing things. And a lot of people have said some disturbing things, some disturbing remarks that I have talked about. Hulk Hogan is no different. A lot of people feel as though he was still a racist. He still didn't like black people. And some people never wanted to give him a second chance. So Hulk Hogan, he passed away. Hold on. Hulk Hogan, the WWE legend, died at the age of 71. He had a heart attack. And again, you know, us people that have been around here, you know, we knew the history. We know the racist rants that he made. And I hope, you know, he got everything right. And so, unfortunately, with Hulk Hogan, he will always be remembered by the comments that he made about black men. There are people that are saying, why our people posting, well, black people, why are we posting that Hulk Hogan died? Again, like I say, uh, for so many years, I bought that Monday night WrestleMania for my son to watch. He was a great wrestler. Again, when people are mad and upset, people will say things that they might regret later. And it's unfortunate that people had to hear what he said about black men and his daughter dating one and calling black people all of the N words. Like I say, I talk about all people on my channel, all people. And Hulk Hogan is no different. So, what is Hulk Hogan's legacy? Where is his legacy? What is Hulk Hogan's legacy? And then when he apologized to people, was the apology sincere? Was the apology just to keep going? Was it sincere when he apologized? Or did his true colors come out? So again, Hulk Hogan died, passed away, was unalive. He had a heart attack, and people that loved wrestling are going to miss him. But unfortunately, by his actions of doing his rant, talking about black men using the N word, some people never ever forgave him. I'm gonna keep this up All I know about Hulk Hogan, other than the racist rants, was he was a wrestler, and I had to pay every Monday night for WrestleMania. But unfortunately, he was upset that his daughter was seeing a black man, and black men was all kind of NIGGA. Again, this is April Showers, and he did apologize, like a lot of them do. We don't know if they're sincere. You know, I can remember P. Diddy said that that wasn't him with Cassie on that tape, you know. But again, I bring news on everybody. I don't care what race, what color, creed, religious, or political views that they are. I talk about everybody. And Hulk Hogan passed away being a racist allegedly because he called black men the N word when his daughter was seeing one. That's why now all of these people, y'all need to be careful what y'all talk about and what y'all say. And calling him a racist ain't no different from, folks that want to call people crackheads and everything else. So, let me see. I'm trying to find more videos to show. Again, I'm going to talk about anybody. You got some people. We're going to look at this about Hulk Hogan. Bubba the Love Sponge regrets not making up with ex-pal Hulk Hogan. Do you guys, hey Frank, yeah, this is, so I just lost a person today because I'm talking about Hulk Hogan, and they're telling me I'm a racist for reporting on it. No, he was the racist. He was her did rants. I'm back. So, now, this is what I want y'all to learn from this video today. You got his friend that is saying he regrets not making up with his ex-pal, Hulk Hogan, who made a sex tape with his wife. So, I want to say to any of you people out there, you know, try to mend fences with people. You don't want people to die. And then you got them saying, I wish I would have made up. I wished I would have apologized. But Hulk Hogan, WrestleMania, y'all got a lot of money from me back in the day. A whole lot of money from me. A whole lot of money. And I was very, very, very disappointed when you said what you said about black men. I was very sad when we found out you stopped doing business with the woman when you found out she was black. Your actions showed us what you were. Hold on, everybody. I gotta make sure I do something real fast. Yeah, I liked Hulk Hogan growing up. WrestleMania. Well, I didn't know. My son told me, Frank, you know, all I know, I was spending money on WrestleMania. But just like I talk about everybody else, I'm going to talk about him. He's no different. How you been, Frank? Mm, hold on, y'all. And we do know that hold on. I'm trying to take care of something. The views and opinions expressed on this show are those of April Showers. And again, you don't, yeah, you don't like my content, you can leave. I talk about everybody. black, white. I do not discriminate over here when I do a show. Hulk Hogan was who he was. He said what he said. He said what he said. And okay. He said what he said. And for us people that have been on this earth, you know, we don't forget. Okay. Oh, Frank Meadows, I don't remember nothing about none of them people. But you know, back in the day, you know, we had to pay for that. Whenever they had those shows, and I got all of that stuff for myself.
Global wrestling superstar. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Kira Phillips. WWE confirming its legendary Hall of Famer Hulk Hogan has passed away. He rose to prominence as the All-American hero, telling kids to say their prayers and take their vitamins, helping elevate WWF from a regional promotion to a national behemoth. Hogan, whose real name was Terry Bollea, headlined the first ever WrestleMania in 1985 and played a prominent role in the business for decades since. Our Olivia Rubin joins me now with more. So, Olivia, what are we learning about the circumstances surrounding his death? Kira, officials in Clearwater are saying that they responded to a call at 9:51 in the morning. Just this morning, that call came in for a cardiac arrest. Kira, they responded. Hulk Hogan, they say, this individual was treated and taken to the hospital where he was later pronounced deceased. It does also say from officials that they are going to hold a news conference on this at around 1:30. So just in a few more minutes, we should be learning more. But what we do know is that this all just seemed to have unfolded again. 51 this morning. That call that came in to officials was for cardiac arrest, Kira. Well, Hogan, he waded into the world of politics, as you and I remember last year, appearing at the RNC when we were all in Milwaukee, just ahead of President Trump's nomination. Let's take a look back. I will never forget that moment when he came out for rehearsal, and then when he came onto the stage that night, everybody went crazy. He had a good relationship with the president. Yeah, and don't forget, Kira, he also came out at the president's later highly controversial Madison Square Garden rally just before he ended up winning the 2024 election. Remember, there was controversy over comments made by a comedian. But again, as you say, I was at that Madison Square Garden rally. Hulk Hogan coming out doing his sort of shirt traditional move, and the crowd once again going wild. He really was one of those sort of mainstay celebrities in the MAGA Trump world that he was appearing at these events. I was just watching some of his speech at the RNC talking about duos and wrestling, some of his great duos, and saying that to him, Donald Trump and J.D. Vance were one of the greatest duos that he had ever seen, and he was working to help elect them. And as you say, there is some, political tributes pouring in for him. The president's son, Donald Trump Jr., just posted a photo as well, saying "Rip to a legend," posting, behind the scenes photo of him with Hulk Hogan at the RNC. So yes, certainly he had become a fixture in sort of the MAGA movement as one of those celebrities that was very much behind Donald Trump. It's amazing seeing these pictures of him with Muhammad Ali and Mr. T. And it's just taking us all back to the 80s. Olivia Rubin, thank you so much. Again, wrestling superstar Hulk Hogan passing away at the age of 70.
Yeah, Frank, when you say, I think a lot of people just don't know or remember what he said and did. Uh, um, I remember, and I posted, that he had passed, and I had all kind of people being upset with me. But like I said in the beginning, I talk about all people of all races and what they did during their terms. And Hulk Hogan talked about black men. Black men, called them all kind of names. He then apologized. And I'm pretty sure he made his peace with whoever he needed to. Yeah, I'm just stating facts. Because again, like I say, you know, everybody, everybody, you know, it was part of who he was. It was part of his life. And when I report, I'm a report on the good, the bad, and the ugly of people. And Hulk Hogan, people are trying to say that, he was a racist. And I was saying, now y'all know we done all said the N word. He made his peace. And again, I do my shows and report on everybody from all walks of life. I talk about black people, white people, everybody. But the guy of WrestleMania who got my money every time I had to pay for WrestleMania so my son could watch all of the wrestling. And I'm going to tell you, that was some good entertainment. They had the outfits on. I mean, it was some great entertainment. Yeah. And so, yeah. And so some of the players that he had, so be careful what you say. And like I said, it's unfortunate that the world that we live in, you know, they come up with names, crackheads, racists, all the different cultural degrading names that they come up with. And he got caught. He got caught.
I got this message, right? And everything is completely stuck.
So we've been losing a lot of good people here. And I think Hulk Hogan, he made his peace. He apologized. You know, they all apologize when they get caught. Just like P. Diddy, you know, tried to apologize about Cassie.
I'd like to show you our air equalizer and the way it comes. Comes with a insert shank, fully adjustable, so you can raise it up or down and match the height
Yeah.
of your existing trailer.
It's gone. I'm going to say a lot of things about myself, but this isn't about me. Hulk Hogan is gone, but he really played a special role in my life. He's the one that made me decide at a very young age that I wanted to be a macho man. He saved me from the influences of Michael Jackson. I was all the way there. I had the rhinestone glove. I was practicing my moonwalk until one day my father turned on the TV and wrestling was on. And I decided right then I didn't want to wear boxer briefs. I wanted to wear the tidy whities. Rest in peace to Hulk Hogan. The more AI is taking over, we're losing everything organic. When the last time you had a cheeseburger that was real beef? You don't know. When's the last time you seen an actor that really could act? I don't know. When the last time you heard a singer that could really sing? I don't know. But one thing for sure, Hulk Hogan convinced the world that wrestling wasn't fake. If it wasn't for him, I would be a flimsy little bitch. Somebody check on Shawn Michaels. Don't worry. People wonder why I named myself Shawn Blake's 10. Yes, because of Shawn Michaels. They hear me walk. They hear me talk. I'm just a sexy boy. And I'm not your boy toy. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification button too. We're going to be talking about Mr. Hulk Mania. People say he was racist. But if you ask me, if you were African American, your ass racist too. I don't know how many times when I get out of my car, black people lock their car doors. And when I'm looking for a Karen, all I see is a Keisha. And I'm not making no excuses for Hulk Hogan and him supporting Trump. But I got him back well. They say he gonna do some things about the taxes. And we still waiting to see. I ain't trying to make this black or white. This is not a Neo video at all. I just want to say rest in peace to the legendary Hulk Hogan who made.
Yeah. So, you know, exactly, Frank. You know, that stuff was scripted, but, you know, he he showed his true colors. He did not want his daughter dating a black man. And he said what he said, and he got caught. He got caught. So all of us that grew up, that had kids, and we watched Hulk Hogan, you know, all of that WrestleMania, all of that entertainment. It was great. It was great. So we've been having, hey Albert, yeah. Yep, so rest in peace to Hulk Hogan, Malcolm Jamal Warner. Oh my goodness, we're losing all of the good people, all of the great people that, and a lot of these people, human beings, are not perfect. Hey Albert, how you doing? So Hulk Hogan said what he said. I didn't say it, and that's part of his legacy, and that's why people continue to call him a racist. Everybody have a great night. Peace and love to everybody. I had to ask my son, was he okay? Because like I said, they got a lot of my money raising my son, paying for those WrestleMania events. Everybody have a great night.